Hello, everybody. My name is Meg Horn. I am a travel sales manager here at AAA Northeast. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. We're so excited to have our friends from Norwegian Cruise Line with us today. Not only does NCL have sailings all over the world, but they have some great opportunities right from our backyard in Boston and New York. I don't want to steal our presenter's thunder, but NCL does have some of my favorites at sea. The Grotto on the Escape. I absolutely love the whole waterfront that they have, and Choir Man was probably one of my favorite shows I've seen at sea ever. So we'll learn more about what NCL has to offer and what travelers can expect in the coming months and into 2021 while cruising with Norwegian. Here at AAA Northeast, safety and advocacy are pillars of our brand, and now, more than ever, we want to ensure that our travelers have all of the resources and support they need to travel confidently when the time is right for them. This is why we have created the Travel Center, a simple and central resource to keep members informed on changes and updates in the travel industry. Our agents are all in the process of becoming Smart Depart certified. Smart Depart certification means that our agents are poised and ready to assist and support our members with their travel plans in our new landscape. Using a travel agent is more important than ever these days, and a Smart Depart certified agent can help secure your travel plans with the peace of mind that's needed in today's world. We also have some very exciting news. This month only, AAA Travel is running our annual Fall into Savings promo, which features some fantastic offers, plus an added incentive of up to a $200 gift card or up to a $400 future travel credit. So once you hear of all the great offers Lori's going to talk about, we know you're going to be ready to book. So with that being said, I do want to go over a few housekeeping rules. All participants are currently muted, but we'd love to hear from you. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to pop into one of our chat boxes and we'll be happy to answer. This session is being recorded and will be posted on our website later this week in case you miss anything or want to take another peek. This recording and others is on our Next network and can be found at aaa.com/travel center. As mentioned, we are thrilled to have Norwegian Cruise Line with us today. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Lori, what can AAA members look forward to when traveling with NCL?
Hi, Meg. Thanks so much, and thanks for inviting me. Hi, everyone. Well, when traveling with Norwegian Cruise Line, you can be assured that guests know that health and safety are their #1 concern. And I guess in the environment that we're in today, it's more important than ever to assure the guests that are coming on board that their safety is paramount. So I'm going to go over that today in our presentation, as well as talk a little bit about our vessels and where we sail to. And most importantly, our commitment to supporting our AAA family. So for those of you that obviously are using AAA for your travel resources, Norwegian has been a partner with the AAA family for quite some time. I actually miss visiting my AAA agencies. I miss being out in the field, but hopefully we'll be getting back out there soon enough. But our commitment has always remained firm and has never been stronger. So we support AAA, our AAA family, and their members in our endeavors of booking their travel resources. So when talking about safety first, Norwegian has come up with a program that is designed to put your safety first and to address the concerns. We've created 6 key measures of health and safety, which will be implemented fleet-wide on board and on shore once we are back to sailing the waters. We found that it's important to group these in a way that directly addresses guests' concerns regarding specific health and safety measures. So remember, we'll continue to build on these pillars and add more as we move toward cruising again. So our Sail Safe initiative is our new enhanced health and safety program. Obviously, we've built this program out of a need for the current environment that we're in. When we launched this initiative, we did so knowing that consumers wanted to know what we're doing to protect their health while on board. Our objective was to increase their confidence by highlighting our existing and new health policies and procedures. Our team has already been at the forefront with some of the best and most rigorous protocols in the industry. And now we're pleased to share what else we are doing to go above and beyond the standards that are set for our industry. The health and safety program is ever evolving as the teams are working in accordance with CDC guidelines, which are still in development. But we're very confident that the program we will deliver will meet and exceed the standards of the consumer. We've partnered with a council of various leading experts in public health, sanitation, and infectious diseases to provide us with ongoing guidance for our health and safety measures. And it's important to note that the program being introduced is just the beginning. We're going to continue to explore, evaluate, and reveal additional measures throughout the next several months, leading up to our return to service and our return to the sea. Next slide, please. So our enhanced screening, both guests and crew will undergo extensive pre-embarkation screening and continuous monitoring throughout the voyage. Touchless temperature checks and continuous monitoring of guests and crew throughout the voyage will help identify potential health issues, offering an additional layer of prevention and protection. Additionally, all crew will also undergo extensive screening prior to embarkation and constant monitoring throughout the voyage. So checks will occur, and again, this is all fluid, so the information may change, but currently guests will experience checks prior to embarkation, upon returning to the ship while in a port of call, prior to all meals and dining venues, prior to activities in public venues, and prior to disembarkation. And a healthy crew ensures healthy guests. So we have constant monitoring of crew health, including temperature checks daily, as well as throughout the day, multiple times, as well as a rigid sanitation protocol. We're enhancing our pre-existing pre-employment medical examination process, which already screens for a wide variety of diseases to ensure the health and safety of our crew on board. We're exploring onboard testing capabilities as well that'll allow crew members to undergo the latest and most advanced forms of COVID-19 testing at any time throughout their employment contract with Norwegian Cruise Line. So all new air filtration systems as well. Similar to those on airplanes, we're installing H13 HEPA filters across our entire fleet to ensure that the air you breathe on board is in fact clean. What are we doing for increased sanitation measures? Well, sanitation has always been a key priority with Norwegian. So now we're just going to continue to expand on our already stringent sanitation procedures to go above and beyond what we're already doing. Sanitation will also include that all staterooms, suites, public areas will be cleaned, sanitized, and disinfected frequently throughout the day. They'll also include the use of electrostatic spray technology. We'll be doing fogging, 24/7 prevention schedules, buffet and beverage stations will be full service now with staff available to serve those guests. So for now, gone are the days with the buffets. Guests will now experience full service throughout their cruise experience. All guests will be advised and encouraged to engage in frequent hand washing. For those of you that have been on Norwegian in the past, you know that we are the innovators. We pretty much coined the term washy-washy, where we had several of our staff members manning outside of our dining halls, encouraging guests to constantly wash their hands. And now, of course, there is even greater need to enforce that. So responsible social distancing. I know that sometimes cruising seems a little bit contrary to social distancing, but we're taking measures to practice responsible social distancing, such as reducing overall guest capacity. We don't have a percentage yet per se of what we will reduce our capacity per ship. It will basically depend on our CDC recommendations, and each vessel within our fleet may be a little bit different in terms of reduced guest capacity. In addition, we're committed to reducing capacity in all public areas throughout the voyage. And in some cases, we will modify reduced capacity to ensure safe social distancing throughout the cruise experience. It's still going to be a lot of fun, just with a couple of less people. We're going to take these necessary precautions to follow public health guidelines to ensure guest and health safety always comes first. So what are we doing in terms of medical resources? We're increasing our medical team fleet-wide. Onboard medical centers will be fully equipped with the latest testing kits and medical supplies. And additionally, each ship will have a dedicated isolation accommodation should the need arise. We're also implementing additional enhanced health and safety trainings and continued education for our crew members. So it's really going to be a collective effort across the board on what we're doing to really ensure that the guest experience is a safe as well as enjoyable one. In regard to extending our ship-to-shore safety, we're partnering with our local destinations and tour operators in the various ports of call that we service to ensure that our industry-leading health and sanitation is extended to the shoreside experience as well. We're only going to visit safe and open ports of call, which may cause changes to the itinerary, but it's necessary for the health and safety of all of our guests. So I know there's going to be a lot of questions. I'll probably get quite a few in the Q&A, given the specifics that are surrounding the details between and behind each of the different protocols. But we are constantly evolving and exploring every opportunity that is available to us from a health and safety perspective so that we ensure that our guest experience on board is a positive one. You also have the resources of our website at any time. All of you can visit ncl.com/peace of mind to get the latest information about our health and safety protocols. So global destinations, where does Norwegian go in the world? Well, our fleet of currently 17 ships are sailing to nearly 450 of the world's most desirable destinations in 16 different regions. Prior to COVID, we were adding even more. We go from 3-day cruises to extraordinary journeys that are lasting 14, 17, and 23 days and longer. We're also doing immersive and memorable shore excursion experiences. And of course, all this is keeping in mind with the current situation that's happening in the world. So we'll be currently evolving on where we're moving forward with all of our sailing destinations. And here's just a sampling of our fleet. And that's also including our new project Leonardo, which I'll talk a little bit later on in the presentation about. And you can see where our refurbishment program has enhanced the cruising experience as well. Our Norwegian Edge program promises and ensures that you're sailing on the youngest fleet at sea. We truly are the youngest fleet at sea. All of our ships have either been built or refurbished within the past 5 years. So the purpose of this presentation today was really to talk more about, once we are back in the water, where are we going? I think that initially everyone's going to be a lot more comfortable cruising close to home, so to speak. So we are very fortunate at Norwegian. We've always serviced and we've had a heavy presence in the Northeast market. So we've always had ships out of New York as well as Boston. So sailing, quote unquote, close to home has always been, somewhat normal and constant for Norwegian Cruise Line. And now it seems that more than ever, once we get back into the water, that's going to be really important for our consumer. So I'm just going to briefly talk about the different destinations that you can experience close to home, servicing from the New York and Boston and the Northeast market. So the first itinerary is our Bahamas and Florida itinerary. This is one of my personal favorites because it does encompass either 3, 4, or 5-day sailings or 7-day sailings. We even have some 10-day longer itineraries in the winter. And these include Florida and the Bahamas, which also includes our exclusive, if we can bring up the next slide, please, our exclusive Bahamian destination, which is Great Stirrup Cay. This is Norwegian's private island in the Bahamas. You can do various activities like zip lining, wave running, kayaking, snorkeling. We've just prior to COVID, actually, we completed a $40 million renovation on the island. It looks absolutely incredible. I actually had the good fortune to experience the island back in November. So the photos that you're seeing here, I was actually able to walk through. And we have also now implemented, next slide, please, our brand new private retreat on our exclusive island called Silver Cove. Silver Cove was an expansion on Great Stirrup where you'll be able to take relaxing to another level. You can unwind in exclusive private retreats where luxury villas await you. I wish this was an overnight destination because these villas are absolutely stunning and breathtaking. They give you all of the amenities that you get on board on our beautiful private island. So you can get the experience of upscale dining. You have your own full private restroom, retractable glass wall providing unobstructed, beautiful ocean views, and of course, access to the beach. So really, really excited that once we get back to the water, this is probably going to be my first booking so that I can get to really experience and immerse myself on Great Stirrup Cay and specifically Silver Cove. So our next destination, where can we go from Boston and New York? We can go to Bermuda, which is another one of my favorites. As you know, Bermuda is just off the coast of North Carolina. It's really close. And here you can take a Bermuda cruise from either Boston and New York, where you'll dock at Royal Navy Dockyard, giving you the freedom to explore beaches and golf courses and restaurants and shops, historic monuments. You can go to Horseshoe Bay, which is absolutely incredible. Grab a snorkel and just dive into the underwater world. Beautiful pink sand beaches are what Bermuda is famous for. So we have some 4- and 5-day sailings from New York to Bermuda, as well as 7-day options from New York and Boston. Next slide, please. And finally, we offer Canada and New England. So this is also one of my favorites. I actually did this itinerary in October. It was unfortunately the last sailing I took before we ceased service back in March, but we had a wonderful time doing Canada and New England. We have 3 departure points from Boston, New York, and Quebec City. I did the 7-night from New York, which was absolutely breathtaking. We went along the coastline of Canada and New England. We saw the deep blue sea. It was just absolutely incredible. This great time of the year is during full foliage, and you see all of the different hues of the New England area. Dining experiences on board were absolutely incredible as well. This is actually, that photo was actually taken in Maine. I have a similar photo as well. So our new deployments. So while we're talking about where we're servicing and once we get back into the water, I do want to make mention that our deployments are a little bit fluid at this time and they're ever evolving. So what you see up on the screen are basically our itineraries for 22. However, we are offering these itineraries for 2021 as well. But because we don't have our exact itineraries yet, they are going to be similar to what you put on the screen. I didn't want to put anything on there for 21, but you can do these similar to itineraries for 2021. I just didn't want to put those on the screen. So what you're seeing are our itineraries from the Northeast market. What are accommodations like on board Norwegian? Well, there's nothing like starting your morning with a glass of sunshine and fresh ocean breezes on your own private balcony. We run the gamut at Norwegian to service every type of financially equipped client with Norwegian. We have accommodations ranging from studio and inside all the way up to our haven, which is our private enclave, which are located on the top deck of many of our ships. So it's our exclusive enclave. They're our most luxurious and well-appointed and spacious accommodations that we have. Not only will you have access to all of the ship that you have to offer with our haven, but you'll also enjoy the personal service of a concierge with a 24-hour butler throughout your entire stay. Full disclosure, I've never had the opportunity to stay in the haven, but that's my dream because I am looking forward to being serviced by my 24-hour butler for my entire itinerary. The suites and penthouses that are located throughout our ships are very spacious and vast. They're perfect for couples or up to 8 guests based on the accommodations that you book. They offer expansive balconies, living rooms, lavish bathrooms. It's a really sumptuous retreat. I've had the opportunity of staying in some of our suites on some of the sailings that I've taken with my family. They're absolutely spectacular. Some of these photos are actually my personal photos that I've included so that you get an idea of what our suites look like. We have everything from 3-bedroom garden villas to deluxe owner's suites to penthouses with balconies. The amenities for our suites and our penthouses include skipping the lines and going off when we reach our port of call destinations and having your own exclusive debarkation line, which is really nice so that you get to your port of call a little bit sooner than the others disembarking from the ship. Again, you also have a 24-hour certified suite butler that can accommodate you for all of your needs. In a lot of our suites, we offer champagne, sparkling wine on embarkation day, Nespresso coffee makers, which are my favorite, invitations to exclusive breakfasts and lunches, cocktail parties with our ship's officers, and treats throughout your cruising experience. Our next accommodations are also our club balconies and our club balcony suites, our ocean views, our insides, and our studios. So our club balconies and suites, dramatic, amazing views. If you're looking for accommodations for 2, you can have a little more space for your family, and you can choose connecting staterooms as well. We have those available. Our ocean view rooms are highlighted by a beautiful view of the water. Our staterooms have additional bedding, so you can accommodate up to 4 in our ocean view cabins. On our inside cabins, if you're looking for something economical, maybe you're on an itinerary that is really very port intensive and you would rather spend your money on in our ports rather than, on your accommodations. The inside accommodations are lovely as well. They range from about 142 to 150 square feet of living space. They're available on all of our ships. And then finally, also exclusive to Norwegian Cruise Line are our studio accommodations. These are perfect for solo travelers. I traveled on one of my own personal trips with my family, and my aunt came along, and she didn't want a room with us, and I can't blame her. I have 3 adult children. I wouldn't want a room with them either if I had the choice. And she took a solo accommodation. It's perfect for the single traveler. The studio accommodations have exclusivity with their own key card. They have a private access to the studio complex and lounge. They have a little shared private area where you can stretch out, you can have a drink, you can order room service, you can watch TV on a big screen TV, and you can actually meet other people that are also sharing studio accommodations. So if you're solo travelers, it's a really great way to get a cruise experience and travel solo at the same time without paying the double rate ×2, which is usually when you're cruising as a solo traveler, for those of you that have cruised solo, is sometimes a consideration that you need to take into account when you're booking your cruise. So what's life on board a Norwegian ship? So first of all, our complimentary and specialty dining. So all of our ships have beautifully crafted menus. We have 3 main dining areas. I do want to make a mention that when we return back to the sea, for now, we will no longer have buffets. Anything that was prior to COVID self-serve, we will no longer offer in a self-serve accommodation. You will be served by any of our staff, and that also includes our beverage kiosks. So if you're looking for a cup of coffee late at night, you will be served by one of our crew members. On any one of our ships, we offer up to 21 dining options, so there's always something that's plentiful for everyone. If you want a unique culinary experience, we have specialty restaurants that offer a wide variety of tastes for every type of palate. A lot of our specialty dining, they're exclusive to Norwegian. So if you're looking for, let's say, French, we have Le Bistro that's on many of our ships. If you're looking for a churrascaria, we offer Moderno restaurant. If you're looking for Mexican, we offer our Mexican restaurants as well. If you're looking for steak, we have a dining option for that as well. Bars and lounges. So this is one of my favorite areas on the ship as well. It's a great way to meet fellow cruisers, or whenever you don't know where your family is, there's always a good chance that they're probably in one of our bars and lounges. It's also a great meeting area. If you're out exploring during the day at one of our ports of call and you get back on the ship, you say, okay, I'll meet you at the Skyline Bar for a drink in the afternoon. Most of our ships feature up to 22 bars and lounges. We have some exclusive cocktails that we have on board. In fact, if you go on our ncl.com site, you'll actually be able to look at some of our exclusive cocktails and maybe even play around with them yourself, while probably many of you are working from home. So you can enjoy some of the cocktails that you'll experience on one of our Norwegian cruise ships right in the comfort of your own home. In many of our ships, we offer bars with 50 bottle beers, 24 beers on tap. You can just feel free to toast to another awesome day at sea. Next slide, please. And of course, no Norwegian sailing would be complete without our award-winning entertainment. When it comes to entertainment, you won't believe your eyes or your ears on any of our ships. Our entertainment really is first class. For those of you that have had the good fortune to see Broadway shows in New York City, this is the closest thing to being on 42nd Street, is being in seeing entertainment on one of our ships, from Jersey Boys to Footloose and everything in between. You'll really find that the entertainment experience is second to none on board. It varies by ship, but we promise not to disappoint you. If you'll notice in the top right part of your screen, we also included, we have a Beatles review. These guys sound just like the Beatles. They'll transport you back to the days of Abbey Road. You'll feel like you're really at the Cavern Club in Liverpool. They're pretty amazing. Some of our onboard exclusives that we also offer, right? So you'll probably be traveling with friends and family, probably, you know, cruising experience, you know, has a lot for kids. So you want to keep those kids busy. What do we have to offer on board? Of course, we'll start with our water park, exciting loops on the top deck of the ship. We have a double loop water slide. It goes over 3 meters over the side of the ship. It's 16 decks above the ocean. This is not an artist rendering. This is an actual photograph of our aqua park aboard one of our ships. We also have the aqua racer. You can do tandem water slides down transparent tubes. I'm the parent of 3 adult children, but we've been cruising since my children were little, and this is still their favorite spot on board our ships whenever we come on board. Next slide. We are at Norwegian Cruise Line, the only cruise line to offer a fully operational racetrack at sea. This racetrack, this is actually a colleague's photograph that they took. So this is an actual photograph of our racetrack at sea. Our racetrack is a two-tier, 2-deck racetrack. These are real, you know, race cars. They go up to 40 miles an hour. They can be controlled. They are controlled by the racer. But if you're traveling, you know, if you have children that meet the height requirements to travel, we can also slow down their race car. So these are incredible. These are really, this is a lot of fun for the adrenaline junkie in you, and a lot of fun where you can claim your award at the end of the day on who's the best racer among the people in your family. Laser tag, another one of my favorites. Kids will love it, but so will adults too. It's 859 meters of open air laser tag. It can be played day or night. It's a lot of fun during the day, but it's even a lot more fun at night. So this is also an actual image that our drone took just not too long ago. So laser tag is a lot of fun to do on board. And our next slide, I wish I had a better image. I was looking through my own personal photographs and I couldn't find any that didn't have some other people in it. So I wanted to be able to bring you something that showed you some serenity on board. And I think that probably this will be really popular once we get back on board. This will probably be the first activity that will be booked up and in high demand. I think right now we can all use some spot treatments. I know I can use this right about now, especially for those of us that are just working from home, sitting at our desks all day. We're kind of, you know, wired like pretzels now. I can use a day at Mandara Spa. Thermal suites, salt rooms, snow rooms, 2,100 square meters on board of all sorts of spa activities. It is truly relaxation at sea. Oh, great, I did include another picture. So this is another picture outside of our Mandara Spa where you're looking out into the ocean. It's true bliss. So what are some of our promotions right now? So some of our promotions that we're currently running right now, our current promotion is our balcony bonus sale. So this promotion is running through the end of September. And of course, you can get this promotion by calling your AAA counselor. It is a balcony cabin for the price of an ocean view. in addition to the upgrade of the balcony of the ocean view to balcony, you can also choose from 2 free offers. Can I get that next slide? And those 2 free offers are part of our Norwegian Free at Sea promotion. So this promotion is something that really sets us apart from a lot of the other cruise lines. It's exclusive to Norwegian. We've been running this promotion for several years now. It probably is what drives many people to book Norwegian. I know it's my favorite promotion because we are truly giving you up to 5 free offers. And that's with every sailing. It's available on every sailing, on every ship fleet-wide. We don't black out this promotion for, holiday times or for our newer ships that just come out. This is available fleet-wide. This is really one of my favorite promotions. What is the Norwegian Free at Sea? You can get up to 5 free offers that include a free beverage package, free specialty dining, free shore excursions, free Wi-Fi, and on certain sailings, kids or actually additional people in your cabin, they don't have to just be kids, sail free. This is a true complimentary program, and you can get further details about this program through your AAA counselor. But the value is of almost a $3,000 value. It's an extra added value, and it is completely complimentary. We're also offering for a limited time through the end of September what we call our double up offer. For those of you that have sailed on Norwegian previously and have purchased the Cruise Next certificates on board, if you have any of those certificates, we are now allowing you to use up to 2 to book your next sailing. We usually allow only 1 certificate to be utilized when you book your next cruise. We're now allowing 2 on your next sailing. So right now, although we're in an environment where you're not quite sure if you're ready to make a booking or you're really thinking about cruising, I suggest, and I've done this with my family and friends, I personally have a cruise booked for September of next year, of booking something now. With our Peace of Mind program, we are allowing, our promotions are not, our protocol is not as stringent. Final payment's not due until 60 days now. With as little as $125, you can put a deposit down on a future sailing, but take advantage of all of the promotions that we have ongoing right now. So I would take advantage of securing those great rates that we are offering right now, knowing that there's peace of mind with your health and safety protocols, at the forefront, combined with our great ships and what we have to offer to book something for the future. Sometimes it's a little bit of a mental thing, I find, at least for myself, in the doldrum of what's occurring right now. Having something really great to look forward to, like a vacation, is almost helping me to kind of get through the normal, day-to-day rut. So I encourage you all, if you're on this call already, you're already experiencing interest in cruising, book something. I mean, we have our fleet, our sailings available through 2023 right now. So I encourage you to do that. And how do we show our appreciation to those of you that have already traveled with Norwegian Cruise Line? We have our Latitudes program. So from your first sailing with us, you automatically become a Latitudes guest. And the more cruises that you take, the more bonuses that you earn. You can see on the screen here, you go through different tiers, and you have the option of even earning a free cruise after you accrue enough bonus points for that. But every point earns you toward a free cruise. You get additional points for booking in a concierge, booking in a haven. Sometimes we run special promotions where we offer you additional points based on your bookings. So you can really, by making Norwegian your cruise line of choice, you can really enhance your cruise experience with our Latitude program. So what does the future look with Norwegian? Our future looks bright, although it doesn't seem like it right now. Our ships are currently not sailing right now. We can't wait to get back to the water, but we are still looking toward a very bright future. And these are things that we had in place even prior to the current climate that we're in. With our Sail and Sustain programs, our mission has always been water conservation and management, waste mitigation, and recycling, energy efficiency. What can we do to really reduce our carbon footprint on our environment? So we've been doing this for quite a number of years. So this is really nothing new for us. We're just now enhancing those efforts. And what are those efforts? So we partnered with Just Water, which is actually an ethically sourced water from upstate New York. It's in sustainable packaging. We are the first cruise line to eliminate single-use plastic bottles across our entire fleet. For those of you that are really environmentally conscious, this should give you some comfort in knowing that once you get on board, we are looking to save our environment as well. I myself do a lot of volunteer work I live on Long Island, so I do a lot of volunteer work in sustainably sourced atmospheres and environments. I do volunteer work for saving the sea turtles. We no longer have plastic straws on board. We offer paper straws upon request. So we're really doing everything we can for our Sail and Sustain initiative. And again, the future really is still looking bright because we still do have an investment in our fleet. We have 6 new ships on order. In fact, the first one is almost ready to float out. So we are continuing in our efforts to bring you even more innovative ships. 6 more ships are on order through 2027. So Norwegian is not going anywhere. We're here to stay, and we're here to be your #1 choice for all of your cruise needs. We're opening our own new terminal in Port of Miami. It will be opening in 2021. This is an artist rendering of what it will look like. It'll be almost 167,000 square feet. It can accommodate up to 5,000 passengers. Again, we started working on this terminal last year, but now in the face of the current climate, great opportunity to be able to socially distance for that embark process, because it will be able to have so many passengers that will be able to accommodate where we can provide, optimum social distancing in the check-in process. And as I keep saying throughout this presentation, we can't wait to get back on board. I cannot absolutely wait to get back on board. This was sailing on the Norwegian sky. This is a picture of my husband and myself on our pool deck. And I can't wait to take another picture like this. So I'm excited to get back to the water. Norwegian is excited to get back to the water. We're excited to welcome our crew back on board. We're excited to welcome our guests back on board, and to do it in the most health and safety conscious manner possible. So with that, I just want to thank you for your time today. We are here to service you, along with our partnership with our AAA counselors. They can also answer any questions that you have. And we look forward to welcoming you on board in the very near future for on any of our ships.
Lori, that is some fantastic information. Thank you so much for sharing. I will say we have a plethora of questions coming in, which is fantastic.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so some are geared a little more towards everything going on with COVID and things like that. And as you've mentioned, it is very fluid. So I'm not sure that you will actually have answers to some of these questions, but I'm going to run through anything that's kind of COVID related first. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump back into some other cruising and promotional questions. But Jeremy, if you could actually put the presentation back to the promotion slide, I think that might answer some of the questions we've seen come up. So, but with that being said, like I said, I'll jump into the COVID related questions first. As of this point, Lori, I know you guys have the suspension date keeps getting pushed back a little bit further, but where are you guys right now with your next cruise, if you will? Like, what's the most up to date you have?
Right. So thank you for that, Meg. So right now we have suspended our sailings through the end of October. So anyone that was on a sailing through October 31st, those sailings have been suspended. We have not made any determinations or decisions yet on our sailings beyond October 31. We will probably have another announcement shortly on how we will move forward with our sailing dates. So, but right now we are suspended through October 31.
Okay, perfect. Then we have a few questions about masks and things like that being required on board 24/7, things like that.
Right. So that's a really good question, and I'm sure that many of you have realized that in the presentation I did not make a mention, so to speak, about masks. We don't have a full answer yet to that particular question. We know that there will be social distancing guidelines, but we don't have any concrete requirements yet in terms of mask wearing. I'm going to say, venture a guess that there probably will be, that opportunity shortly. There probably will be some, mask requirement, but we're still waiting for CDC guidelines. We're working very closely with CDC right now with a full panel of experts to give us, what we're going to move forward for, in presenting our protocols on board.
Perfect. Yeah, I think, like I said, there are a few more COVID questions, but I think they're very situational. So I'm going to hop over to a little more generic at this point.
Okay. I do want to make a mention, though, if anyone has any specific questions, I pretty much tried to outline as much as I could our health and safety protocol, but everyone can also feel free to go on ncl.com/peace of mind, and they might be able to get some more information, or maybe some information that might be geared more toward their question. So I would refer them to our website for the most up-to-date information.
Okay, great. Yeah. And then we have one guest here who is inquiring about itineraries that would probably have the least amount of children. Now, I know your ships are geared towards families and things like that, but do you see or know any of your itineraries that tend to have a lower guest count of children?
So I'm assuming that since we're talking about sailings from the Northeast, I'm assuming you're talking about our Northeast sailings. So those would encompass Bermuda, Florida and the Bahamas, and Canada and New England. Speaking specifically from my own personal experience, of course, keep in mind that we do have children on all of our sailings. We welcome every type of demographic on all of our sailings. We don't have any adults only type of sailings or ships per se. However, if you're looking for something that's geared a little more, where you wouldn't find as many children, a lot of our Canada and New England sailings are geared toward, more of an older adult demographic, or any of those sailings outside of the summer, I would say would be geared towards those where you may not find as many children sailing. So I myself traveled, I did Canada, New England in October. So it was once the kids were back in school, and we were sailing on the Escape. So that ship holds about 3,500 passengers. I would say throughout the course of a week, I maybe saw no more than 24 children on the entire ship. So that's from my own personal experience.
Great. And then there's also the Haven too, that probably has a little more exclusivity and things like that as well.
The Haven does have exclusivity, but I also want to mention that the Haven is also family friendly.
Right.
We do allow children in the Haven as well.
Perfect. And while we're on the topic of children, for the free kids promotion as part of the Get Up to 5 free, what were the ages?
There are no ages. We put free kids because usually third and fourth person in the cabin are usually children, but it's actually just extra person in the cabin. So there's no age requirement. So if there is a sailing that is offering free, it's actually free third and fourth person in the cabin.
Perfect.
So I know that, and you have it on the screen right now. So where it says free kids, it's actually free third and fourth, and it's only on select sailings. So I do want to make a mention of that. But that is one of the free complimentaries offers that we offer under our Free at Sea promotion. So depending on the category or stateroom that they choose, they can choose one of those offers if it's available to them.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. I mean, those are all some great questions out there. We still have a few more that we'll just kind of try to respond to individually. Like I said, they're a little more situational and about specific bookings, which is great. So I think with that, we can go ahead and wrap up. Unless there's anything else, Lori, you want to add in?
No, I just want to. I do want to make a mention that if anyone does have anything specific, I would encourage you to reach out to your AAA counselor, and they will also be able to answer those questions. And if they can't, they'll reach out to me. And I'm available virtually 24/7. With our partnership with AAA, I speak to a AAA counselor at least once a day. So I urge you, if you do have any questions, to reach out to your AAA counselor. They don't have the answers for you. They'll certainly reach out to me. I'll be able to provide those answers to you.
Perfect. And that's a great segue. I mean, that's kind of what I was going to wrap up with, as a friendly reminder, a AAA Trusted Travel Advisor is part of your AAA membership. So definitely want to go ahead, take advantage of that. They're your resource for safety protocols and the best travel deals, whether it's dollars off, upgrades, bonus perks. As I had mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we have our Fall into Savings promotion right now, which can get you up to $200. For a gift card, and then up to $400 for a future credit, and that is combinable with the amazing offers that NCL has right now. So definitely take advantage of that. And like I said, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. If you should have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to AAA Travel Advisors at AAANortheast.com. And a AAA travel agent will definitely be more than happy to get back to you with your questions and answers. So again, thank you, Lori, so much for joining us, and thank you, everybody, for listening in. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you so much. See you on board.
Thank you.